So you want a ring between your knees.
Pardon?
A ring between your knees. Right, Debbie? This is the Debbie I'm used to. I saw Debbie in Tesco, and I was like, I know you from somewhere, but where? She's got normal clothes on. So make sure your ring is either above the knee joints or somewhere around that area, also on your calves. So we're going to start with a very tiny little squeeze. So we don't want to have a whole big squeeze and squeeze the ring like that. We want to have small baby squeezes. But make sure your feet are hip width first. Otherwise, if your feet are wide and you go into a squeeze, you'll end up like knock-kneed. So your feet should be in the same place that they're always in. So if you bring your feet a little bit closer and then drop your knees out. Don't be shy. Relax your legs. So, relax your legs so that your ring is a natural round shape. So there's no squeeze on your ring. Good. I'm trying to stay professional. Talk about ring squeezing. So, on the inside of your groin, there's a funny little sinewy muscle there called sartorius. Okay? So we're going to try and work that one a little bit. So we don't want to have these big squeezes, otherwise it comes into everything on the inside of the leg. We just want to have a really tiny little squeeze. It's practically maybe not even taking the ring out of shape, so not even that hard. It's literally engage the ring and then stop. Okay? But check what starts to happen with your back. So we want to be in a neutral pelvis, and you want to be in a neutral spine. So remember, neutral spine, you have the little gap under your lower spine, and your neutral pelvis, you have your cup of tea resting between your hip bones. So just take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, try not to think of your ring, try not to think of the knees, think of the upper part of your thighs. Now you lying down, so the upper part of my thighs are where my punani is. Is that the same place for you, or is it knees for you? Upper part of your thighs, because you're lying upside down. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So just see if you can bring that part of your legs a little bit inwards. So we're not thinking of knees, not thinking of the whole leg, just thinking of that little part on the inside of the thigh, and then relax it down. Feel it?
It's hard though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very hard to just try and use that little bit rather than I'm going to grab my legs in. So have another breath in. And then just a slight activation. Like I said, it practically makes your ring tiny, little bit oval. But not even that much oval. It's like you're just trying to stop the ring from falling away. But what happens to your back and your pelvis? So are you still in your neutral spine? Are you still in your neutral pelvis? And then relax the knees. So now we're going to add in a little pelvic tilt. So take a breath. As you exhale, roll yourself into a pelvic tilt. So remember, keep those bum cheeks nice and relaxed. Your lower back is now down into the ground. And your hip bones are towards your rib cage. Now try and give the inner thigh a little squeeze. So does that make it easier or does that make it harder?
Easier. Harder.
And then relax that again. So we'll do one more with the lower back. So come back to neutral. So breath in. As you exhale, roll the pelvis towards you, draw your hip bones towards your rib cage. Relax the back of your legs, relax your bum cheeks. And now just a very slight activation. Who's got jelly legs yet? Anybody got shaky legs?
Yeah.
Yes. And then relax the legs. So now we're going to come into some bigger squeezes. So we are going to use more of the leg. But again, try not to think of knees. Okay, so what we want to do is bring the thighs, I have to do this jumping, together. So bring the top of your thighs together, and then eventually the knees are going to come together. But try not just thinking, I'm going to push my knees together.
In a pelvic tilt.
No, so we'll do flat, neutral pelvis first, and then we'll do flat back. So, breath in.
Excuse me.
You're right, Maggie, do you want some water?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
So, breath in. As you exhale, start to bring the inner thighs together, up towards the knees together. Now, can you bring your knees into alignment with your hips? The back squeeze. Now, from here, check what's going on in your booties. Are you squeezing your bum? Are you squeezing all the leg to try and get the knees in? Or are you just using the inside of your thighs?
What are we supposed to be doing?
What do you think then? Just the inside if you can, and then release the legs.
It's easy, it's what I used to do when I put my brother in a headlock. She knows what brother I mean as well.
She was what?
She knows what brother I mean.
Oh really? How many brothers have you got?
3.
Oh, you've got 3, I've got 3 as well. So I'm over them, isn't it? Are you 3 boys and 2 girls then?
3 boys and 3 girls.
3 girls. So, we ready? Take a breath in. Neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Start to bring those thighs together. Bring the knees into alignment with the hips if you can. Remember, your hips are the front of the hips, not the outside of the hips. Now check. In order to get strength, have you gone into a pelvic tilt or have you stayed in a neutral spine? Fondle the back of your bum cheeks, fondle your bum cheeks. Are they relaxed? So we're trying to isolate the inner thigh. And then relax the knees. So we've got a couple more. We're going to do the next 2. This is when you get up and you like it. We're going to do pelvic tilt now before the squeeze. So we'll just do 2 more. So breath in. I can hear somebody's phone or something. It's probably my dad. No, it's not mine. So breath in. As you exhale, roll the pelvis first towards you. Remember, no bums and no hamstrings. Use your bellies, so bring the belly down. Now start to give your knees a squeeze. Remember, start from the inner thigh, bring it together up towards the knee, give the ring a squeeze. So we're in the pelvic tilt now. So how much are the bums trying to kick in? Can you isolate it? Can you control what's going on? And then release your legs first back to neutral. And we'll do 1 more, then you can give your legs a shake. So breath in.
Shaking anyway.
This is when I say I'm every man's dream because they wish they could make 12 women cover at the same time without touching them. So breath in. Pelvic tilt first. Then bring the knees together. So from the top of the thigh towards the knee. So what's happening? What's happening with your neck, your shoulders, your face, your jaw, your hands? Release the legs, come back to neutral, and then you can take your ring away. Give your legs a shake.